struck by lightning, there's thunder.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go! I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought. Viewer discretion advised.
Rat-a-tat-tat, what is good and welcome back. I am AK Eagles and welcome to another episode of the East Meets West where I am joined with my co-host and brother, Philly Foothills Fuego, and our special guest for today who wanted to hop on with us, and he is welcome anytime. My brother, my main man, one of the few who I knew right from the beginning, Birdman 951. What's going on, guys?
What's up, brothers? Thank you for having me on the show. You know, when I get chances, I got to take advantage of them. You know, work is chopping me up. You know, they want me there all day. You know, and but thank you for having me on the show. And this is a weird place for the Eagles to be in, but we're in it. The NFL got hit sideways Monday, and it affects everybody. Pretty sure it's affected you guys in some sort of way. It's affected me. And I'm just waiting for some even better news than what we've got. You know, it's positive, but we need more good news. I'm hoping we can just have some great news before we get to the main game for us. But yeah, man, let's get into this.
Definitely.
How's it going, Fuego? Hit it.
What is good? What is going on? What is cracking? It's your boy Philly Foothills Fuego, and I am back in another episode of East Meets West with, like my boy said, AK Eagles of the AK Eagles podcast, and our special guest Birdman _951. Definitely, we are very blessed always to have each and every one of you as a guest, and thank you so much. Hit that like button on both channels. If you're feeling the vibe, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to keep our dreams alive. We're always bringing you guys. Well, lately I've been more on Twitter, but I haven't been doing as much content on YouTube. But definitely, we're always around on social media, things like that, and yeah, we definitely have a lot to talk about. It not only are, you know, football aside, we're talking about someone's life that was, you know, almost lost on the football field on Monday night, which is a very traumatic thing to watch, and I can't even imagine what his family, friends, teammates are all going through right now. You know, it's it's things like this that make you stop and count your blessings, and really you should make sure that everybody that you love knows it in your life, because you never know when your time or their time may be called. So, but yeah, we're going to get into that some more, definitely, but we are really excited to be back with you guys. We took a little bit of a holiday break, and the Eagles are going to get back on track this week. We're going to get the dub, and we're going to talk about that as well. But yeah, let's definitely get into it. Thank you guys. We got 5 people in the chat right now, so thank you everybody for joining us. And yeah, let's get it going, guys.
No, I gotta ask you before we get into the serious shit. Did any of you guys get anything cool Eagle-wise for Christmas?
Hold on,
You did? I
grab it.
figured
Hold
you did.
Oh shoot, he didn't.
How about you?
I'm trying to think, man. No, I was more I was more playing the Santa Claus role.
Yeah.
My boy Yee, you know who he is. He luckily he was in the neck of my woods. We hung out and stuff, so I got him a cool gift. You could check my Instagram out. It's a white truck. It's a Bluetooth speaker, and it's got the Eagles logos on it, and it's actually pretty badass, dude. So if you guys are interested, let me know, man. But it is definitely worth it. The extra cool thing is the speaker. And who doesn't want a white truck with Eagle stickers all over it?
What'd you get, man?
I mean, it's nothing super cool. It's nothing super big, but it's like an old Happy Meal toy.
A classic, huh?
Does it throw a football?
Yeah,
That is awesome.
the freaking football game.
I'm not
Yeah, it
even
does.
gonna, I'm not even gonna cap, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, watch.
That is really cool.
See?
There it is. Hey, you know what? Does that toy have any relation to Gardner Minshew? Look, they have the same throwing pattern right there.
Right? Kind of look like it, huh?
No, my daughter, she got me some
What'd you guys get?
fuzzy
Is it cool?
Eagle socks to
Cool.
wear when
Nice.
it's cool out. And then I got a salute to service Eagles sweatshirt, which I've
Oh,
always
sweet.
wanted. One of those. Always.
Heck yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, I don't have a hoodie like that. I want to get one of those too.
I know, man. I've been really getting into hats and hoodies lately, especially anything Eagles. There's just some really cool shit out there right now.
Well, and then we got the new watermark too, so it's just
Yeah.
an excuse to go buy more shit.
It really is. Don't tell my wife that though.
Yeah, right.
So, what do you guys want to start with? You want to start with the sad shit first, or you want to end with that?
I think we should touch on that first, then we could
Yeah, just
move on
touch
to-
on it first.
yeah. Hmm.
That's fine. I don't want to go to sleep sad.
Yeah. I mean,
No, go ahead, bud.
no, I was just gonna say, I'm sure you guys have been checking your phones for updates on it. I mean, it's
All day.
something that it's not just something that you can really forget about really easily. When you see something like that, when you witness something like that,
What's up, Jinx?
it's going to be on the forefront of your mind until there's some more of a resolution, and hopefully it keeps going in the way it is going right now, because we've been hearing positive things, like he is about to back to 50% oxygen level on the ventilator, so that's good. That means he's back to halfway breathing on his own, so that's a good thing. Definitely hope that the signs just keep the same way. And yeah, I mean, and his family was there too. That's just, I mean, it was very traumatic, man.
Yeah, no, I actually watched it live. I did, and it was very heart-wrenching to see. In all honesty, I've never seen anyone die before. In all honesty, let's just be real, I haven't. So that really kind of shocked me and gave me a sickness a little bit in my stomach, because that's not something you see every day. You know, if we were accustomed to watching people die on TV every day, it wouldn't be a big deal, but we're not, so it is, you know. But when it happened, man, I really felt bad for him, and I was worried about him and praying for him. But because I am a parent, because Birdman, you are a parent, and Foothills, you are one, I think you two can both understand where I'm coming from when I say this. I was instantly gut-wrenched for his mother. You know, his family that was there that had to watch it, you know, as, you know, and then I tried to put myself in his mom's shoes. Like, what if that was your kid? You know, like it's got to be very hard, you know, and we all talked about it backstage before we even started this. It's a freak thing that happened. It really is. You know, it's 1 in a billion chance, dude. Like it's ridiculous that it even happened. We have seen way worse hits than that one on Monday night. I mean, hell, Epps laid out Burks, you know, the Tennessee wide receiver in our end zone.
Josh Sweat just got hurt.
You know, and we've seen hits all year long that were way worse than that. And I don't know, man, it made me sick for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, you know. I know I don't know him. I know he doesn't know me, but you know, you just, I'm one to feel compassion for people, even if I don't know them, you know. It's crazy that we all had to witness what happened. It's you can't put words to it. That's how hard it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just add to it, we do all this stuff, content creation and all this stuff, and people go above and beyond. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much, but I'm just going to say my piece about it. Is if you're connected to the NFL in any shape or form, how do you say it? Any
way, shape or form,
any shape or form. And you don't know what's going on at the time before anything comes out your mouth, or you tweet anything or type anything, whatever your job is, know what's going on before you open your mouth. There's no reason to put shock tweets, and because you're going to come out looking like a jackass if you don't know what's really going on. And if you're not at the mountaintop of the NFL, you're not going to shot call. You're just going to sit back just like me, Foothills, and AK, and wait for the information. We could speculate, but it's not the time nor place. All that you should be concerned is about that man, that he's still here. That's your number one priority. You should be thinking in your head, not about, let me send a crazy tweet. Let me say something that has no merit to it. Like I said, but I'll end it there because we could talk about that for a while. But that hit reminded me of Deshaun Jackson when we played Atlanta. If you guys remember, he took a nasty hit. And I don't know Deshaun Jackson personally. I know he's from close to my area. He does stuff in Long Beach and everything. And I probably most likely will run into him one day. But it's crazy to say, but I feel like I'm connected with these players, like DG. Let's see, Nick Foles, Jason Kelce, Brent Selleck, Brian Dawkins,
Lane Johnson.
There's so many to go on, and it feels like we know them personally because we talk about these guys all the time right now, especially if you're a fan. And it's just like, I'm kind of taken back a little bit with it because now, Jalen Hurts got hurt in the Chicago game. And all I could really think to myself is that hurry up and get better, dude, because like almost not caring about the injury, just put on your big boy pants and just get out there or whatever. Even for Lane Johnson like that, God bless him. He wants to still play and stuff. And almost today, I was thinking, guys, like as much as I want to go to the Super Bowl, the championship, these guys being healthy is more important. And I really have to look at that. I hope that these guys will be okay and no, they're just not risking further injury. But at the same time, I have to like kind of lower my expectations and don't get so upset, because the fact of the matter is Jalen Hurts took a nasty hit, and we could debate up and down if it's his fault or not. It just happened. And it sucks because we are on such a high. This season we've been blessed to have this season. Go ask a team that's not doing so well as us. Go see how they're feeling. But we are on such a high. I'm almost feeling like I'm not prepared for the low. I'm not really prepared for it. And the Saints game is kind of like a component of that. I know AK wasn't ready for that. I know Foothills wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. And all I could feel is just anger, because it's so disappointing, because it's like there was no reason for it. And to get back to the injury, is just like I feel myself I need to calm down a little bit with my expectations when a player is hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much all. I end with Jamal.
No,
Yeah,
man. No, real quick, I was just gonna say
Go
something.
ahead. Yeah.
I really feel that sometimes us as fans, we forget these guys are human
Mm-hmm.
because they are that great athletes. Like in a way, sometimes these NFL guys feel like there's nothing that can kill them, nothing that can hurt them, nothing that can break them. Like they're just vulnerable. Well, we got to see Monday night. Sometimes these guys are not vulnerable. I don't want people to take Monday night and run crazy with it, because like I said, it is a very, very crazy accident. It's something that, dude, no lie, me, you, and Foothills will probably be dead before it happens again. You know what I mean? Like, it's that fucking rare. And it is crazy, but we do have to remember these guys, they might be built different than us. They might almost be superhuman, but they're still human.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is that, I've been hearing that T. Higgins, who was the man who DeMar Hamlin tackled, right, he's receiving death threats. And I think that is absolutely asinine. That is just it's such a shame to hear that, because I mean, you think he probably already feels bad enough as it is for being the person that caused that person to go into cardiac arrest. That's bad enough as it is, and now he's receiving death threats. I mean, that's just.
I got a question for you. How the fuck can you send somebody a death threat who has been by his side and next to that hospital bed with the man that he did it to since the moment it happened? And he's also said, I'm not leaving his bedside until he wakes up and he walks out of here with me. How the fuck can you send a guy like that a death threat? I could understand if he was Kayvon Thibodeau out there on the sideline celebrating as Nick Foles is sitting there fucking hurt on the field and he's doing this like night-night, bitch. Like fucking, yeah. I can understand if you want to do that, because that is inconsiderate. That is unprofessional. Right. That is not what football is about. Okay. But this man is sitting next to his side and he's not leaving. If he's not out of there come this weekend when they play, he probably won't play. I wouldn't put it past him not to be there if Hamlin's not out of that hospital. So how the fuck can you send a dude like that a death threat?
It's just we're in a time right now where it's that everybody's doing this clickbaiting stuff, and there's that I'm not gonna say his name, but the same guy that said the same crap about Dak. Now he's saying something about Gardner. Now he's saying something about this incident. And I don't get this. Like, me and you guys have to be careful what we say. We could be banned or, canceled. But guys like that get away with saying stuff like that. I don't understand. I'm like, I could say something that's not that bad, but I could get canceled. But this guy gets to say what he wants, and he still has his page up and everything. And I mean, I know he's not the only one, because there's obviously idiots doing that, threatening, so.
And there's even idiots there's even YouTubers out there that are claiming that this was all staged. I mean, are you freaking serious? Like I understand I don't know. I didn't even look at it that long because I was just like, okay, that's freaking crazy. But
it's asinine, dude.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I just seen that's floating out there, and
people say anything to get clicks.
That the ambulance that was out there is not an ambulance of that hospital, and if you look at the ambulance that picked them up, it doesn't have the lights and all that stuff. But the only thing I could say to that is that maybe that's just one they keep at the stadiums. They don't need the one like an active one. I'm not sure, but something like that is going to trend. But
they're going to have a police escort anyway from the stadium. So they'll have the lights with the police. That's probably
why they didn't turn the lights on, bro.
No, there was no lights on the thing. There was no lights. That's
what I'm saying is that they're going to have a police escort from the stadium anyway, more than likely. So the police have lights on their motorcycles or cars.
I don't know about the lights thing, but even if it had lights and they didn't turn it on, I can tell you why. Because they didn't want anyone to fucking panic. The moment you set those sirens off, people are going to be like, oh shit, something's really fucking seriously wrong with this guy. And there goes my cats.
They actually handled the situation really well, and they didn't have people already like leave the stadium, because if you're trying to send all those people out to the parking lot, that would have been a big old mess up. So they handled it perfect where they were able. I mean, I'm gonna speak this into existence that he's gonna be okay, because that's how I want to think. And the people that administered CPR, it was just God having them there at the right place at the right time, thinking very smart, and they took action right away. So bless those people that they wasted no time.
Kudos to them.
Boom, and we gotta give kudos. I mean, like, I know they don't get paid millions of dollars, but those people are heroes that did that, and but I think that they handled the situation as well as they could. We could talk about
if he comes back and plays football again, they're going to make a movie about this.
Well, listen, we talked about this a little bit backstage, beforehand, and right now, listen, this is only us talking. First and foremost, I want the kid to get better. I just don't know the significance of what happened to him, what comes after, because he didn't have, now granted, we don't know the significance of oxygen to his brain. We don't know the significance to his lungs, that will all be figured out in time. But say this kid wakes up and there is nothing wrong with him. There shouldn't be any reason he shouldn't be able to play. Now, him as a person, he can decide not to. He can be like, oh, fuck that. I ain't doing it again.
You're talking about being physically able to.
Exactly. Being physically, if everything is okay with him, like, I don't know. I don't know if he can. No one's ever seen this situation unfold before. No one's taken a hit and went into cardiac arrest. You know what I mean? I don't know what the outcomes of this situation is because it never fucking happens. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to call and write it off that he'll never play again.
Yeah,
because,
I wouldn't go that far either.
He didn't break anything. He didn't do anything harmful wise. It's just what's up here and what's in here, and if he chooses as a person to play again. Because in all honesty, I probably wouldn't, bro. That shit would have scared the fuck out of me to the point I'd be like, I'm never stepping on a field again.
I mean, people have been shot. People have had cancer. They come back from a lot of different things and played, again in the NFL.
I,
So
I actually
wouldn't- I
think
won't
I
count it
actually think that he's going to be destined for something even greater than being that football player. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
once he sees the
anything.
outpour and what he has done, I think he's going to be. I mean, I can't wait to see what he's going to think of when he comes out and sees the outpour of how we had his back, and we do have his back. Like it's just that's just the way it
Yeah.
is. So I see even greater things for him. It's going to be even greater than what he did, because now what he was doing in the community was so small. It was like a 2,500 thing that he was raising. It's I don't even the numbers are so
in the
crazy.
millions now. Yeah.
It's just like, that's why when he comes out of this, it's just like the football thing is going to be the least worry, but I think he's destined now, and he was chosen for this to be even. This is going to be great, man. I can't wait to see when he sees what we have done, waiting for this man, and I think he might have got chosen here to do something, and you could see it because he has literally woken up everybody that was kind of sleeping and thinking otherwise about football playing and stuff. So he's already doing his work, and yet he hasn't spoke one word yet. So
It's very true.
You know what the sad thing about it all is, though, bro? Never mind. I ain't gonna say it. No point in saying it.
I think I know what you're gonna say, but
Well, no, and there's nothing wrong with it, man. And I'm not even saying that I might be one of them. I have no fucking idea, man. But people are gonna forget about this in 10 years from now. The change is only gonna last so long.
You think
It always
I don't
happens,
know.
bro. We're humans. It always happens. Show me one thing that has changed when we've tried to move it. Well, other
I don't know
than
if-
like, Martin Luther and all. I'm not talking that. I'm talking football strictly. Like, dude, we try to make changes all the time.
actually,
all-
AK, this is what I was thinking about. There's a lot of things that people are talking about that's going unnoticed, especially with concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Being taken care of after. They're bringing about how much money he's making and stuff. That stuff is going to change, bro. And it's going to be because of him. Because the fact of the matter is that if we want you to play football, we have to be prepared to take care of them for the afterlife. After football, they need to be taken care of. Medicine, the studies, and all that. They shouldn't. It's almost like when we treat our vets and they're struggling and stuff. That's why when I see a vet and he barely has $10 to pay for his food or something, I want to pay for their food or something, whatever I can help, because I know what they're going through. Like when you see them getting dollar bills and quarters and stuff, it should not be that way. So that's what I mean, that this change, it has to happen, man. We're too smart of a people for this not to go unnoticed. Like, we spend all our money watching football, taking the flights, traveling, buying the merch and all that stuff to see these guys, pay them their money, but we also have to take care of them because of stuff just like this.
Bro, and in all honesty, man, you're right. I mean, us as fans, us as humans, yes, we will be that way, but the NFL will not. Listen, the thing is, and this is how I really truly look at them, dude. They are kind of like a mafia in their own. The NFL kind of carries their own weight. They don't need anyone. They don't need money from anyone. They can do pretty much whatever the fuck they want for the most part.
But I
They
tell
can
you what,
cover up anything. They can do whatever they want. We've seen them do it multiple times.
you're right. I guarantee you're right. But the NFL definitely dodged a bullet, and they are keeping their toes crossed that this kid makes it full recovery out of this thing. Because if he doesn't, you could see another dramatic effect of reduction of players in the NFL because of kids not playing at a young age, and then not playing in high school. I mean, you're talking about CTE could have had a possible effect. This could have a possible effect too, even if Hamlin does make a recovery, because if it was spotlighted on Monday night. I mean, now the game's never been suspended like that before.
I know, man, but that listen, you and my wife were talking about that. Yeah,
Right.
you and my wife were talking about that. And listen, I wanted to pipe in there, but I just keep my mouth shut most of the time because that's just what I do. But in all honesty, man, I don't know if it's going to change anything. Kids are still going to play. Parents are still going to let their kids play. Like I said, we all are humans. We're not dumb. We understand. This was not a normal thing. It's not. It's really, really not. It is ugly that it happened. It's disgusting. We all feel for it. But like I said, the odds of a player doing this again while we're still alive is slim to none. Like you said, you have a chance of winning the lottery and getting struck by lightning at the same time before this happens again. You know, I don't think it's going to waver anyone, man. People know football's dangerous. Hell, you can be Joe Theismann, break your femur, and never be able to walk right again. Like, those injuries alone are significant rather than what DeMar is going through. You know, this is a dangerous sport. They know it from the time they play it. Now, granted, this sport is not known to kill anyone. Tell me one person it has.
Right.
You know, but we're seeing that now. Sometimes it can happen. Just like you shouldn't be able to die in wrestling, but Owen Hart died. You know,
that's part of the reason why they get paid so much money, right? We talked about that too. Is
Yeah.
that they know that they're risking their ability to walk, ability to move their arms, you know, to even speak, because it is a violent sport, and that's
it is.
And they are a very few athletes that can do what they do on the football field, and that's part of the reason why they make the money too. But they make the big dollars because of the violence of the sport and the jeopardy that they're putting their body on the line every single week.
And the shit that comes after your career.
They might even have to start changing the way they're paying these rookies and all that stuff, because it's not, at the end of the day, it's not enough money. You know, so that might change.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, even after you're retired, these guys get free medical, period. Even when you're playing, correct? Like everything.
I don't have the book. I mean, that's it.
I'm from research that I've done. I'm pretty sure like NFL players, like everything is free. They got the best doctors, the best things we can't even fucking get. You know what I mean? Like
maybe currently, but I don't know about past players though. Be like past CBAs.
Yeah,
things like that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like we're getting better in technology, and I'm all for keeping our players safe. I've seen some helmets that were designed that I'm like, why aren't we using them to cut down on concussions? You know, that one helmet that the shell moves but the inside stays still. You know, like there's so many things going on right now, and I'm all for player safety, bro, because I want my players to play for 12 years. I want to see Jalen play for 12 years. I want to see AJ play for 12 years. You know, I don't want these guys' careers to be cut short because of something stupid that we could have prevented. You know, like think about Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders and all these greats that are Terry Bradshaw. Dude, it takes them an hour to get out of bed in the morning because of the shit they put their bodies through when they played the game. You know what I mean? So it's fucking violent. I mean, no lie, bro. Pretty much for an entire, 4 hours in a game that you see on TV, these guys are pretty much Porsches crashing into one another. You know what I mean? Like they're high speed crashing into one another all the fucking time. Week in, week out.
Especially Covey.
Yeah. Oh, I don't understand how the fuck Covey isn't knocked the fuck out already. That kid has a head of concrete, bro. Like
he's tiny too. Have you seen his wife's TikTok? Dude, she could pick him up. Like he's tiny.
I don't know how that kid is not injured. Like, dude, even last week, that hit he took, I was like, how are you getting up? He was the first one up even. Over the defender. I was like, how are you getting up, bro? Like, I can count 20 hits he took this year already that I was like, I wouldn't be getting up from that. My ass would be toast.
He's alien.
He is, bro. I don't.
Something. He's young. He's not going to last. I tell you that.
Oh,
Not
dude,
gonna last.
he keeps taking these hits. He ain't making it in another 2 years. I don't even think he'll make it through next year if he keeps taking the hits he's taking.
Probably not. He's going to get like Matthew Stafford, be all concussed.
Yo, speaking of that, what's your guys' thoughts on Tua? 3 concussions, 1 year.
I don't want him to play anymore.
Dude, isn't there a rule that says after 6 you can't play anymore? It wasn't that after Troy Aikman or no. It was the guy for the 49ers. What's his name? Was it Steve Young? Somebody had 6 concussions and they made a rule where after 6 you can't play football anymore.
I think it was Steve Young.
Was
Steve
it?
Young had a lot of concussions.
Yeah, so he's already got 3 that I know of. He might even have 4. I don't know, but like, dude, it's getting to a point where it's like I fear for Tua now, because it's like, how many more head injuries can this guy take before he ends up being special? You know, that's a scary thing, man.
No, seriously, and the NFL they're taking it more seriously this day and age, and yeah, I don't know. Did he just get another one again recently?
Just last week or the week before, he just got knocked out.
Oh wow!
I think it was last week or no, it was 2 weeks ago because the backup played this week. Bridgewater played this week.
Yeah, that's no bueno, because the the brain is something you can't mess around with too much. So he's got to think about longevity for himself, for his family. I don't think he has kids yet, but I mean, just overall mental health and stability, and that's going to be tough to deal with. Definitely. I don't even know how he's going to handle that.
So here's my question for you guys with all these things that are going on. Now, listen, I heard a rumor last night, and it's just a rumor because I haven't even looked it up yet and done my research, but supposedly Hamlin had a heart issue. Somebody said last night.
I haven't heard anything like that.
Now, when I mean a heart issue, though, I don't mean like something that should have never made him play football, but whatever an issue is, isn't it? Hell, it could be murmurs. I have murmurs, heart murmurs. It is just part of life, But do you think that our medical needs to be better in the NFL? I mean, granted, I'm not talking about, yes, they saved Hamlin. I'm talking about physicals, prior physicals coming into the NFL, like for rookies and shit like that.
Yeah, they gotta be as thorough as possible, and that's gonna be looked into. Those are true, and that's gonna make us really, really look into it, But I don't know if there's.
Well, it made me think about John Dornbos, right? When he got traded to the Saints.
Yeah.
How they found the thing with his heart, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he could have that could have saved his life, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. Now, and listen, I understand too. There is heart issues you can play football through, but the thing is, though, and this is the thing I brought up last night. Yeah, okay, you look at an 18, 19-year-old kid coming out of college, or not 18, 19, sorry, 20, 23, 24-year-old coming out of college, or even going into college. Let's just even say college as well, 18 or 19. You find that he has a heart issue then. Okay, that he can play, but dude, that doesn't say anything changes 5 years from now. That doesn't say his heart changes 10 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, they are aware of it. We've seen people.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like maybe like yearly. You're talking about like
yearly thing, especially the ones who have heart issues, because that way you can monitor and keep track of them. That way, if you are steadily getting worse, then we need to start sitting you and pulling you because your heart can't handle it. Just don't stop when you find it once and be like, oh, he has a heart condition, but he can play football. He's good to go. And then never look at it again. You know what I mean?
Well, you're almost guaranteed that the NFL is going to start doing everything. They're going to look into every avenue that they can with players in regards to heart safety going forward. Now they're going to look at their family history. They're going to look at every single avenue that they can to try to avoid this or something worse happening in the future. Because if it's something they could have avoided, then they need to find that.
Yeah, they might have them sign a waiver, but I mean,
or work something into the
I would
CBA.
I mean, if you guys were football players, and I'm telling you, you're going to make millions, would you guys sign that waiver?
What would the waiver say though? You never said what it said.
I mean, well, because like you have a heart condition.
I don't sign shit without reading it, bro.
Well, I mean, saying like, because like, okay, you have a sort of a heart condition or runs in the family or whatever. Mm-hmm. Do you sign the waiver just saying like I am aware of my actions or whatever?
And I'm not holding you guys liable for whatever happens. Yeah. I'd sign it. Well, listen, I would sign it and I'm going to put myself in their situation. 1% of people make the NFL. 1%. Right. That is a very, 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 very teeny tiny percent, dude.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of us in the world. 1% make it. If it is your dream and you've worked your whole life for it, they're going to sign it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they know it's not life-threatening now or yet. Yeah, they're going to sign it. Nothing's going to keep these guys from playing football. It's what they worked their whole life to do.
They're just going to go and go and find the biggest life insurance policy that they can get, and that way their family's taken care of if something does happen to them.
Yeah.
No.
And the NFL is going to do everything in their power so they're not liable for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're gonna cover their ass, CYA, all day for the NFL.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to talk about these birds, man.
Yeah, I am too. I got a lot of fucking frustration to let out because we haven't done this for 2 weeks.
No, we have not. We really have not, and I think that kind of messed up the Eagles' mojo a little bit. Us not having the East meets West on, but I could be wrong. I like Birdman said earlier. I feel a connection to these players, to this team, even though I'm way out here in California, not anywhere close to Philadelphia, but I still have the connection. I still bleed green just as much as anybody out there, and I mean, it was one thing. It was one thing to go toe to toe with Dallas to almost put up 30. We put up 34 points while turning the ball over 4 times, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. I mean, with our backup quarterback, our defense could have played better, but the offense was definitely in rhythm against Dallas. But boy, was the offense out of sync, out of rhythm, bad play calling, just all the above against the Saints, man. It was terrible.
And what's crazy is that a lot of people are pretty much we're scapegoating, saying it's because Jalen's not there. But I call horseshit on that because the coaching was there. What happened to my coaching? A lot of question marks now. A lot of question marks because this roster should not have showed up like that at all. And this late in the season, somebody is not being accountable here.
Doesn't that just prove even more that I think Jalen even strengthened his MVP candidacy by being out for 2 weeks? Because not only did the team look lost especially this last game, the team, the coaches, they all look lost without him. Everybody did. They look like they had their heads in the sand.
KHY was good. Appreciate you for stopping through. First time here. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, man. Thank you so much. Do you debate other football fans here? We can.
And we will.
We can.
I mean,
you're on the Hardcore Sports Network, so there's still lots of different sports content creators.
And I'll always say to that is, I think we're giving some mulligans out. We're giving some mulligans out, but the mulligans are done. If we fail for this Giants game, I don't care who's starting. Someone's getting hung for this. Like, like there's no reason to have a mental collapse involving football right now when we've came this far. There's just I can't fathom, I can't put my head around what I'm noticing right here. So the mulligans we're giving, that's it. You have no more. I better not see that crap this Sunday. It better not.
I think Jalen would have played this last week if Lane Johnson would not have gotten hurt against Dallas. If we had our starting offensive line against the Saints, I think Jalen would have played. I think Jalen didn't play.
But here's what I'll say to you. Here's what I'll say to you, Foothills. We've been giving this coaching staff, kudos for having this line, this and that. Everybody's prepared. Why are we not prepared? Why are you not helping on the side with Driscoll? If that's the case, if he's not ready quite yet, where is the help? Where is the adjustments? We should not be having this conversation. This should have already been done. And you have a second halftime, make the adjustment. He is not making the adjustments on the fly. It's almost like he's not caring. I don't see the passion. Where is the guy that was on the bleachers at the Colts game? Where is that guy? I think he's getting too complacent. I need to see that energy back. And it starts this Sunday. You can't wait for it. We're already here.
Yeah, we're out of time. We're out of time. It's go time now, and we have no excuses left. It's time to get it done. AK, I know you got some shit to say.
Yeah, no, man. Like, first and foremost, where's all the Gardner Minshew lovers now? First, I'm not even going to play.
Played good against Dallas. He did, but
I don't give a fuck, bro. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. No. That is something my first-string quarterback does not do. Okay? Now, granted, he threw 2 interceptions that one game, but even he said, my hands were fucking frozen. Like, and I get it. I wouldn't want to play in Chicago either. That shit is fucking cold as hell up there.
Right.
I've flown in there a couple times. It is cold as shit. But, and then last week, first off, the one thing that pisses me off about Nick, you're trying to run the same offense with Gardner Minshew, who can't do what Jalen Hurts does. You should have had Minshew playing under center, playing in shotgun, and also playing off of play action. Not trying to run RPOs, because let's be honest, Minshew ain't running away from no one. Okay? He's not.
Even when he had the opportunity to, he didn't do it. So.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't. He was too fucking slow.
You could have played the Benny Hill music in the background while he was running around. It's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, bro. Secondly, you got to throw the ball in less than 4 fucking seconds. You can't stand there and hold the goddamn ball and wait to be sacked.
Right.
The one time you did throw the ball on time, it was a slant to AJ and he got 11 yards and a first down. And then you sit there and hold the fucking ball again.
Well, that's the thing.
You got to trust your receivers, bro. Let them do the work.
Our offensive line is not used to the quarterback holding on to the ball that long, because Jalen, his average release time is like barely over 2 seconds.
Like, I get it. Lane Johnson was out, but Minshew still had time to throw the ball.
Yeah, he
had time.
Devontae way the hell up here, like he's gonna fly in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not playing, dude. I'm sorry, but the reason Jalen Hurts is so good is he can escape that shit. That is what he's built to do. That is why he is successful. He can take a 3rd and 10 and run for 15 and get a first down. Minshew ain't doing that. Like, this offense needed to be changed. You can't run an RPO offense with Minshew, man. It's not going to fucking work because everyone knows Minshew ain't fucking running. Therefore, you made your offense one-dimensional.
the offensive play calling pretty much the whole game against the Saints was bad. The defensive play calling, especially with the coverages, was bad especially in the first half. I mean, they went from playing 10 to 12 yards off the line in the first half, letting the Saints receivers run free, to playing, right up on bumping them off the line, press coverage in the second half, and you see the difference. I mean, our front four is able to get home a lot easier when you press coverage on the outside a little bit more.
And you want to know the other thing that sucks is, why do we always have to yell about Sanders? Why do we always have to tell him run the ball? It's
because,
so
man,
stupid.
Jeffrey Lurie doesn't want to run the ball. He's already said he wants to pass. And that's something that fucking pisses me off, because if I'm Nick, I'm going to say, listen, man, I don't give a shit what you want. I'm the one on this field, and I'm the one that needs to win these games, and you want to win, right? So let me do my fucking job and run Miles Sanders.
And as long as I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm not going to get fired. So
right? And if you do fire him and we are winning, you're going to get a shit ton of backlash from us, because that's fucking dumb. But
it doesn't make any sense, because we were gashing the Saints with the run.
And then it's like this is probably Sanders' last year with us, and we're not even going to let him finish it off and go in history. Let him make all history. I don't care.
Yeah, I think there's some frustration definitely building with this football team, and whether the Giants play their starters or not, it shouldn't matter. Build momentum going in. Hopefully Jalen comes back this week, and we lock up the number 1 seed and go into the playoffs with some positive vibes.
And what I have a really true funny suspicion that Nick, all right, Jalen could have played this past week. I really feel he could have.
I think he could have too.
And I think Nick made the decision to sit him because he felt that Gardner Minshew was good enough to beat the Saints.
He tried to do house money.
Yeah, and he was like, I can get ahead of the game, let Hurts rest, get him more rest, get him ready for the first round bye, and go from there, and we can just win this game with Minshew. And guess what? He was so fucking wrong, and now he's in a place where he has to start his starting quarterback the very last week of the season, because he fucked up and started Minshew.
Because he had confidence in him, because the week before the offense put up 27 points against Dallas's defense. So,
well, you can look at it as this too, is that it might be a blessing in disguise, because let's say the Giants only play a quarter or maybe 2 and they sit their starters. Mm-hmm. Now we could throw, if the game's already out of control and there's no reason, you could throw in the Tiger King, and then, at least he got, warmed up for 2 quarters or whatever. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe the Giants just play a quarter, and then, the game's pretty much over, and then it's a blessing because he gets a warm-up game before the bye week, So Vegas has us plus 14, so that's what I'm thinking. I want to address that.
Brian DeBoer is not going to play his starters. Even if he does, he's barely going to play them.
I wouldn't do it because why would you? I wouldn't do it because you're not going to change your seeding. And I want these guys treat it like as a bye week. I mean, I'm not buying into it. You could scare us all you want, but I don't care at the end of the day.
The Giants have everything to lose and nothing to gain. They're locked into the 6th seed. They're not going to go anywhere with the seeding.
Yeah.
And if they play the starters and DJ gets hurt, or if Saquon gets hurt, man,
this is stupid here. Okay, look at this. Look at this logic. So you're willing to you want to go balls to the wall against the Eagles because we took Devontae Smith from you, giving the Cowboys home field advantage, and you want to go play in Dallas? That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think they want to give the home field bye, the first round bye, to Dallas any more than they want to give it to us. So there's one team out there really right now that I think can win at home or on the road, and it's the 49ers. I mean, obviously I'm confident in my team too, but from what I've seen out of the 49ers, man, they definitely look like if we win or tie, obviously we get the number 1 seed. But if it's not us, I think they definitely deserve it.
Yeah, and no lie, man. Like I'm with you here too, Speedy. That pick six was really bad. You know, even AJ said I was on a log. It wasn't even supposed to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And second, how the fuck can you question a man's like integrity and his effort whenever he has 1,400 fucking yards and 10 touchdowns? Like, how are you even coming close to questioning his effort? It was a route, and he told you it was a log route. It wasn't even supposed to go to him, so he wasn't even expecting it anyway. And then it gets thrown to him. Like, how's that AJ's fault?
Especially, and
It's
then
not.
he took a 70-something yarder to the house earlier in the game. I mean,
Minshew was scared, dude.
Come on.
Minshew was scared.
he was just rattled from the beginning. I mean, they gave him a sack
Minshew
first play of the
needs to
game.
go and win Ninja Warrior.
What happened?
No, he needs to start his own
Bro, no,
he needs to start-
he just needs to stop playing football and build a Ninja Warrior gym and just fucking take his nunchucks and his fucking samurai swords and go teach people how to do American Ninja Warrior. Like,
He could go shoot Napoleon Dynamite. Uncle Rico comes back.
either that or he could start.
you know what?
He could
I can
bring
see
back
that.
Orange County
Think about
Choppers.
this. Hey, think about this. I actually like that fucking theory. Because remember, Minshew went to Nick last year and said, I want to be the starter. And Nick said, no.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that because he's trying to get if he beats Dallas or even if he beats Dallas and the Saints, people are going to be like, "Hey dude, let's give you a shot as a starter." But those two performances, I think that might have killed it for me. And AK's in shock that I'm saying that, but you know, it is true. We're good though, right? We're moving.
Yeah, we're good. It's just he's just froze up there. But yeah, I mean, if somebody posed a question earlier on Twitter,
Like, not
there
here.
he is. Are you there, AK? Are you froze up again? But they posed a question on Twitter saying, you know, if the Eagles lose this weekend, blank. And I said, well, if Jalen plays and we lose, then my confidence of making any kind of Super Bowl run goes way, way, way down. Way down.
What will reassure you? What will reassure you that
Hold up.
we
There
still
it
have
is.
a chance?
StreamYard didn't like something I said.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Oh, you good, brother?
I was gonna say that I really need to see I need to see MVP Jalen for me to have any kind of hope of going to the NFC Championship, because if he kind of looks shaky, uncertain with his throws and stuff like that, I'm gonna be real worried. I just want him to play clean football and all that. And Driscoll's got to put his man pants on here and step it up, because you know he's getting beat. So he needs to wake up and smell the coffee, because if Lane gets hurt or re-injures again, he's going to be the guy. And right now, I'm not too thrilled about that.
Yeah, because he's got to continue to step up until Lane comes back. And like you said, if Lane comes back, he's probably only going to be about 80 to 85 to 90%, right around there, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, we do have some. There's help is on the way. We have some people coming back this week. Hopefully, Jalen comes back this week. We're going to see. He was listed as a limited participant in practice today, but he did do the walkthrough with the starters from what I understood. So that's a good sign, as he didn't do the walkthrough at all last week. So hopefully it'll continue in a positive direction for Jalen. Full participant tomorrow and then on Friday as well. But they also they're this week they're opening the 21-day practice window for
CJ.
Yes, Gardner Johnson and Robert Quinn. So they definitely could be back fairly soon, possibly this weekend. We'll see. But I mean, hey, with Sweat out, we don't know how long Sweat's going to be out. It sounds like he's going to be back for the playoffs. From what I heard, Sweat wanted to get up on that play. I know he stayed down, and he said he wanted to get up, but they wouldn't let him because of precautionary reasons.
Yep, he was forced to stay down.
Yeah, so I think if Josh Sweat really, if there was a playoff game this weekend, which I mean it kind of is. I mean it's not win or go home, but it's definitely win or drop pretty far in the seeding, more than likely. But I think Josh Sweat could go this weekend if he had to. I do. I don't think he was that banged up. I really don't. I think it was a stinger. Like you get a stinger in your shoulder, you can get a stinger in your neck too. So I think he just got a stinger in his neck.
He did have a fat guy land right on his neck and back. Let's be honest. That's a lot of weight that landed on him.
Linval Joseph's a big dude.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if he had a little bit of stiffness.
And I'm not, I again want Driscoll to continue to progress and to play at above average level if he can, because I don't want to see them move shit around and have Mulata go to the right side.
Yeah, it'll be disaster at this point.
And then you got Dillard protecting Jalen's blind side. No, that sounds like a recipe for disaster to me.
I'd rather put Andre Dillard at right tackle.
He can't play right tackle.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
He can't play right tackle.
I don't give a fuck. At least Jalen can see it coming and he can get out of the way.
Yeah.
Compared to being on his blind side, bro. Yeah. As long as he can see it coming, he can move. If you can't see it coming, you can't move from that.
They also activated Brent Toth's 21-day practice window as well. So we'll have some more offensive line depth there when he's back on the roster.
There's you got to take out that chicken, man.
And that chicken's done, babe.
Yeah, don't bring the chicken.
Right?
Yeah, take that. Let me address. I don't even know. Kai, is that Kai 001? So he's asking about Jalen Hurts being MVP. Mm-hmm. Obviously, him being out, that kind of spoiled things for us. They're going to pretty much give it to Patrick Mahomes. We already know it. He's also saying that he's comparing it to Dak's. Like he almost has the same numbers as Dak. That's BS because Dak throws interceptions almost every game now. You can count on that. Jalen Hurts is not. Dak is not playing on Jalen Hurts' level right now. He might be having a couple more, 100 yards of passing yards and stuff like that, but as playing at his level, that's not even close right now. Jalen Hurts is at the top of his game when he's 100%. I don't know what percentage we're going to get. Obviously, it won't be 100, but Dak is not close to Jalen Hurts at all right now. As far as being like close to the MVP,
he was comparing his numbers to Dak's numbers in 2016. So I don't think he's comparing him to Dak now. 2016 Dak.
Oh,
yeah, he was saying how Dak only got one MVP vote, and he said that they pretty much. But I mean, I'm not exactly sure what Dak's rushing stats were in 16. But
yeah, but. Who won it that time? Who's the one that won it that year? Do you guys know?
16 wasn't it
Tom Brady?
No, that was Cam Newton, wasn't it?
Was it
Cam Newton?
Or was that 15? Cam won it in 15 or 16. One of the two.
I'll tell you in just a second. Matt Ryan. It says Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan. Oh yeah, ooh. Atlanta. That's the 28-3 lead they blew.
Oh,
God, I forgot. Yeah,
I didn't even know Matt Ryan had an MVP.
Yeah, that was that year, dude. He was lights out that year.
Yeah, they probably. I think they gave it to him because he had more years. He had more years on Dak. That's probably the only reason why they gave it to Ryan. But Dak was right there.
to talk about a Super Bowl hangover, Matt Ryan's career has had a Super Bowl hangover since blowing that 28-3 lead.
We tried.
Down.
Remember, we tried to tell Slita that last year that we were going to send him on the retirement tour, and he did not listen. You have to listen to the Birdman sometimes because I'll be telling the truth.
What happened to that Slita guy? I remember that. That clown.
Slita, yeah, he's just. I mean, the Hawks been doing good, and the baseball team's been doing good, so he's living off that right now.
Oh yeah, figures. He's got.
Yeah, he came in here last year talking mad shit, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah,
he was talking all that shit that they're gonna beat us week 1 and this and that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I was gonna ask you guys something.
Yeah.
Because Jalen is a dual threat quarterback, and this is the second year that he's got injured or had some type of injury before the playoffs. Are we going to have to dial it back for Jalen Hurts so he doesn't take all these hits? Because his hits have been rising, and it didn't even matter about our O-line. But if they do decide to make him more of a pocket passer, does that mean that this is just not going to be sustainable for this team to go because we're taking the dual threat away?
No, dude. He's proven already he can throw in the pocket. Shit, that's not a worry to me. I mean, eventually it's going to happen. It's the same thing that happened to Russell Wilson. First couple of years they used his legs a lot, and then he slowly developed into that pocket passer, and then he only used his legs to escape pressure. That's what Jalen's going to do. I have no worries about him being a pocket passer. He can pass in the pocket very efficiently. So,
Yeah, but the thing is, you're not wrong for saying that because Dak doesn't really run that much anymore. So, the only thing is that, do you think Sirianni's the correct coach for him to handle that change?
Well, that's the thing. That's going to test Sirianni's coaching skill, right? Because if it comes to that point, then you just have to modify the offense to protect your quarterback a little bit more. You don't run as many RPOs, things like that. So you just you have to modify your offense to still play to your players' strengths, but also protect your quarterback to where he's not exposed to so many of those hits.
And Drew, I 100% agree with you. You don't handcuff Jalen at all this year. Hell, you might not even do it next year. I'm just saying there will be a point in his career where you do have to dial it back. Like for instance, let's talk about the Chicago game for a minute. Jalen Hurts ran the ball 17 fucking times.
Way too much.
That cannot happen. Now, granted, a lot of people are like, well, that's because of the RPOs. Then that is on Nick Sirianni, because this is the way I look at it. If Jalen can't save Jalen, then Nick has to save Jalen from himself, which means put Jalen under center and force him to hand the ball off. Sometimes you just have to do that. You have to save these guys from themselves. And there is times that Jalen should hand the ball off, and he doesn't and keeps it, and it works out. And there's times he doesn't, and it doesn't work out. But then there's times he hands it off, and we see what happens. It is a decision Jalen makes. But sometimes you have to save them from themselves, and that's Nick's job to do that.
Yeah,
and running him 17 times is not saving him.
Right. I understand having a dual threat quarterback it gives you more advantages. It's harder for the defense to stop. But you've seen us. We're able to, when we put a quarterback under center, we're able to run the ball. You just have to do that more, basically.
Yeah, I have no problem letting Jalen run, bro. Just not 17 times a fucking game.
Right. I don't want to see him going heads up with the middle linebacker.
He should never have more rushes than our halfback, bro. He should never, ever have more rushes than our fucking halfback. Jalen Hurts had 17 rushes to Miles 2.
Especially,
that is ridiculous, bro.
Especially with our offensive line. It's
absolutely. But AK, it doesn't Some of the blame goes to Jalen because he's the one that decides. Do I give it to Sirianni? Give it to Sanders?
That's what I said, bro. I said, but that's where Nick needs to step up and save Jalen from himself. He needs to be accountable.
He's so talented, though. How?
Because you
how
put
are
him
gonna
under
ask
center,
him?
bro. You put him under center. You put him under center and force him to turn around and hand the ball off.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You don't completely take away the aspect of him running the football with RPOs. You just limit the amount that you're running them.
You take away the ability for him to make the decision. That's what I'm saying. If you say, hey, get under center, turn around and hand the ball off to Miles, there's no reason Jalen keeps that ball. You know what I mean? Unless it's a play fake.
You got to admit, though, AK, for how good Jalen has been making those split-second decisions, that's going to be really hard for Nick and for Shane to take that away from him because he's been doing it so well.
I know, man, but that's what I'm saying, though. I don't mind him doing it, just not that many fucking times.
Right.
Yeah, but the only thing is that I feel sometimes that he's just like, it's so easy to him that he sees the green field. It's hard for him not to just do it because he gets those yards like butter. Like it's like
easy peasy, bro.
I would love if the Eagles could bring in. So a lot of people are now calling for the Eagles to get another backup quarterback, a different backup quarterback. If we can get somebody like what's his name, Taysom Hill, we can get somebody like that. He would fit perfectly into our offense because
you know what? You know who I want.
He could run it and he could run the RPOs.
Never mind, I ain't saying it.
Okay, so here's my let me ask Foothills. Okay, seeing what Minshew did, it's obvious that we can't have a pocket passer back there with this offense we have. The only way it works is that we have to get a guy that can do similar things as a dual threat quarterback behind Jalen Hurts, because that's what we switch to. It's obvious to me now that we can't just have a pocket passer right now.
I think we can. I think they just haven't. They didn't adjust the play. They didn't adjust the play calling to Minshew's strengths.
Yeah, but that's our coaching. Our coaching did that. So why am I going to trust them now? Why am I going to trust them next year that they can figure it out? They should have done it already.
Well, we have to remember. You have to remember that
they only have 3 losses, homie.
And there's still a.
I'm talking about with Minshew only, just the 2 Minshew losses.
Okay.
But there's still a very young coaching staff who are still learning. You know, they are.
I know, but I don't want to say that right now. I don't want to say that though. It sucks. I don't want to say that they're learning because they've been doing so well. I don't want to backtrack my statements. You know, and it sucks because it sucks because I truly, unless I'm drinking the Kool-Aid that bad, this team should be in the NFC Championship without a doubt. Unless I'm just looking through Eagle glasses, but
you're right.
What I see on the field, what I've been seeing them, what they've been doing, even if they want, they could say that all the teams are easy, all they want, but you have to make the plays happen. You have to catch the ball. You have to throw the ball. You have to run the ball. Okay. No one just goes out there, goes, oh, it's Philadelphia. Let them do what they want. No, we're doing the work, and I'm not being fooled by what I'm seeing. You know, it's like, this is not, everybody thinks we're going to be one and done and blah, blah, blah. This is all a joke, and everybody's laughing at us because of these last 2 games. But obviously we don't have Jalen playing right now, but Maddox is out, Lane is out. So we have to make, it's not over till the fat lady sings. And I think that when the leader is down, because I want to say he's the leader on the defense and offense. When he's going out there making the offense click, the defense gets hungrier. It just gets, it's like this vibe with him. And when he's not there, it's like, no, who's the vocal leader now? I mean, Minshew tried to do it. I don't know what he said, but he blew it.
Hey, I'm telling you this right now, man. It has to come down to, it has to come down to confidence and trust. I have played this game now. I have not played it at their level or even a college level, But I've played basketball, I've played football, I've played baseball, hell, I've done soccer and track and field. Okay. A lot of that stuff has to come with continuity, connectiveness as a whole team, and trust. These guys don't trust Gardner Minshew. The defense ain't going to play to their expectation with Gardner Minshew back there because they know Gardner Minshew isn't going to get them out of a hole. When you have Jalen as your quarterback, they know Jalen can pretty much do anything he wants at any moment. They stop the ball, he's going to score. They didn't feel that way with Gardner Minshew. They never once felt that way. Like, if we get him the ball back, he's going to score. No, it's just another 3 and out, and we're back on the fucking field again. Like that. A lot of it has to do with trust, bro. You have to trust your teammates. You have to trust quarterback to wide receiver when you step back and you're in your drop and you release that ball, that your wide receiver is going to be on his mark the moment that ball gets there. There is a lot of trust that comes with football, and there is no trust on this team with Gardner fucking Minshew because Jalen's the guy that drives it all.
You want to know what the nail in the coffin was? Is when they interviewed AJ Brown. Look at his body language. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I was like,
dude, look at Jalen's face during the game. Every time they pan the Jason or Jalen, dude, his face was like this fucking guy. Every fucking time it was like this fucking guy. He was looking up, and I guarantee you, in his mind, he was like, "Why the fuck was I not playing?"
Right?
Like, dude, he was pissed. You could see he was pissed. Yeah. He's like, bro, you're wrecking everything I built. You could see it all over his face. You're wrecking everything I built. And he fucking did it in 2 weeks.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny, dude? Is that score was not even out of hand, dude. It was just
that's the thing. So if AK's right, if AK's right about the team not believing, the defense not believing in Gardner Minshew, well, they shut the Saints out in the second half. So if they don't believe in Gardner Minshew, I can't wait to see what they're going to do when they actually have a quarterback under center who they actually believe in. Because
but that's my point, though. Even when that's my point, though, Foothills. Even when they shut the Saints out the second half, what did Gardner do with it? Not a fucking thing. And that's demoralizing as a defense and an offense.
But they were putting out effort, though. So that tells me that they were believing in something. It may not have been Minshew.
No. I'm not saying that these guys aren't believing.
Right.
They're playing their asses off, but they know that. Yeah, they know though that the best way to win with Minshew is to have the lead and keep the lead. Coming from behind with Minshew is slim.
And all of a sudden, Dallas Goedert disappeared. That was his security blanket. How did you not see Dallas Goedert anymore? That's like I don't get that. I don't know if he's still trying to get used to game NFL speed or some. But I don't see why Dallas wasn't a big part of what happened against the Saints. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
I almost think we lost that game on purpose because they didn't want. Because if we would have even if it was Minshew, if we clinched the number 1 seed last week, that means Minshew's going to play again against the Giants, and that means that Jalen wouldn't have played for a month, which would have been a lot of rust. I mean, a lot of rust. So, I'm not saying that they lost on purpose, but I'm saying that they probably weren't as upset as the way things are shaking out. I mean, obviously, they probably would have rather have won the number 1 seed earlier, but maybe they're more comfortable with the way things are playing out now, seeing as that more than likely the Giants are going to sit their starters.
I am telling you right now, Nick Sirianni went in there on Tuesday and was like, listen, Jalen, I know you can play, but Minshew's got this, bro. I guarantee you this is what happened, man. And he's like, listen, rest. It is what it is. We'll get first seat. Minshew they only got 4 wins, 5 wins, whatever it is. Fucking let him do it. Just Yeah, whatever. It wasn't a lot. That's the point. And he took it for granted. I know that's what he did. He's like, Minshew played well last week. Just sit, relax. I don't want to jeopardize getting you more injured. Let Minshew handle this. And Jalen probably looked at him and was like, bro, I want to play. No, you're not going to leave this to him. We could have won last week, but, he fucked up 4 times. And then you saw it on his face this past week on Sunday. That face, I told you I should have played. Like, I'm telling you,
like I said,
bro,
it might have been a blessing in disguise. It's kind of weird to say that, but it might have, because we have to see Jalen out there. This is it, guys. This is it. And we can't be that rusty. If he can get 2 quarters out and we're up 21-0 or something like that, or I don't know what the score has to be, and Gardner finished the job or whatever.
Put Ian Book
I'm putting Ian Book in, man. Fuck Gardner.
Who?
I'm putting Book in. Fuck Gardner. I'm not even dressing Gardner this week. It's Ian Book and Jalen Hurts, bro.
Gardner
Fuck
Minshew's
Gardner.
he's getting the Carson Wentz treatment.
Motherfucker ain't even going to be here next year. Why the fuck do I care?
They said Carson Wentz is going to be the 3rd string. If he doesn't, he might not even dress this weekend. Carson Wentz is done in Washington. He's going to be a backup quarterback somewhere else next year.
But I can't wait to, man, this seems like the longest 2 weeks of my life or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like we're time traveling or something, but these playoffs can't get here any faster, man. I just want to be celebrating Sunday, and I want to see Jalen looking like Jalen, and I want to see.
Yeah, talk about celebrating. I want to score more than 1 freaking touchdown. Jesus Christ.
Well, and you know what, man? We've had the unfortunate events here that everyone kind of got their injuries out at the beginning and halfway through the year. I mean, look at the 49ers. They were injured the first full part of the year and now they're healthy. We're now at the point where you're starting to see our injuries. We've been healthy all year up till this last 2 weeks, with Lane and Jalen and blah 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 blah. We've made it work, but we're losing too many pieces at the moment, and you're starting to see communication get fucked up because you have too many players that are backups playing at one time with veterans who have been playing the whole time, and things aren't working because there's no chemistry there. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a backup quarterback, you got a backup right tackle. At one point you had backup tight ends, like you had backup safeties. Thank God we haven't needed a backup. Well, we've needed a backup corner. Scott, I never want to see that kid on my field again either. Like, he has been probably the most frustrating player out of the whole fucking team to watch.
He got interception off Andy Dalton.
It's Andy Dalton.
Yeah, he owns it. Yeah, he owns the Eagles. We never beat him.
But the point is, though, man, he's fucking trash. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Fucking Scott cannot play. Throw McPherson in, throw Job in, throw somebody. How much worse can it fucking get? You know what I'm saying? Like, put someone new in there. I don't want to see 33 anymore.
I don't know why he's still playing in the slot.
I'm afraid that Avonte Maddox, this is his last year, dude, because he just can't stay healthy. What is the word on him? He ain't coming back for nothing, right?
No, he is. It's just his toe.
They said right now he's listed as day-to-day, but I mean he's not gonna play this week.
No, he'll be back playoffs.
Hopefully he'll be back divisional round. We get the number 1 seed. He gets another week off.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be so crucial because him and Lane are a part of this run. We need those guys. CJ being there, that's going to be hella dope because he brings another swag, the swagoo. He's going to bring that. And I'm like right now it's doom and gloom because of the unknown. Is this guy this? Is he going to be okay? So it's kind of like it's, left a bad taste, So we know what this team can do. We've seen it. We've experienced it, you know, and it just for me, it just can't end this way. It just can't. We can't just be in the divisional and oh, we don't know how to play anymore. Like this is there's just no way. There's no way I could see that. I would not accept that. There's just this whatever this little quicksand we're in, get out of it and let's move forward. Like exactly the way they responded when we lost to Washington, we started getting things going and we started our streak. So let's start the streak this Sunday. And that's it. And let's get to the prom dance. Let's get there.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, man, fucking after the wild card weekend, we will be the only NFC East team standing. I promise. Watch.
That'd be that'd be great.
Dallas is going to lose to Minnesota or to Tampa because that's what they always do. Minnesota is going to beat the Giants, and there you go.
I think Green Bay is going to sneak in.
How crazy is that shit?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, where's the manifestation, man? That's Rodgers did it again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I'm going to answer this. Is Scott worse than Kayvon Wallace? I'm going to give you my opinion on this one. All right. Scott is fucking trash. Kayvon Wallace is trash. And sadly, I can say that because I supported this dude for so long, even when we first picked him up, you know. But I've actually seen Kayvon Wallace make some really nice fucking plays this year, too. Some really nice pass breakups. I've seen him make some really nice tackles. Yes, he fucks up a lot, but he's made more plays than Scott has. So at this point, Scott is worse than Kayvon. Yeah, I would say. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Kayvon's been a little bit better as of late, but I mean, Scott has looked very, very, very vulnerable out there. You know, yeah, he had the pick against Andy Dalton, but I mean, that's one little bright spot out of a lot of bad spots with him.
Dude, it's funny, dude. Jalen Hurts hasn't seen Dallas Goedert. It's funny.
Huh?
Well, they haven't played in a while. So, because he came back at the Cowboys game, but Jalen was out. So, like, Jalen sees Dallas for the first time for a while because he's been out. So, he's barely going to get to use Dallas. So, that's so we need them to get a little there because remember they were going crazy right there.
Yeah, they got to get that. They got to get the timing back. I'm sure they will, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So Jalen's getting, you know, now he's almost getting his Ferrari, his Lambo, his Mustang. He's getting the whole thing back.
And dude, you got CJ Johnson will be back after the wild card weekend. You know, he'll be back for our first playoff game. I guess Lane will be there, supposedly, I hear. You know, we should be walking in with a full team. Now, that all depends on Maddox there. I'm pretty sure Maddox will be able to play. And if he does, then we're 100% healthy going into the playoffs. And that's a really good fucking thing.
I'll be good with Blankenship staying at safety if CJ comes and Maddox is not ready, and then you can put Gardner Johnson in the slot, you know, and because I think Blankenship's been doing a pretty good job back there.
Yeah, pretty decent. But man, this is crazy, you know, like everything that we're gonna witness, and I just want to see Jalen, man. I just gotta see the man, you know. Like once they take it away, it's like we got spoiled, you know. Like you know, like we were just on easy street or whatever. I mean, not saying the games are easy, but just like mindset wise, worrying wise, are they gonna do this play or are they gonna do that play? Like the whole Minshew thing is just. It doesn't work with what they were trying to do. I don't know what they were trying to do, but it just didn't work. And I'm over it. And I want my team back. I want what you gave us in the beginning. Don't give me something else. I had a Lambo, and you're trying to give me a freaking
It's hard,
Honda Civic.
especially now that they've added another game onto the regular season. I mean, it's even harder. It's even longer. It's even more of a war of an attrition. With the we have to now go through another game with our starters and try to avoid another major injury.
You went from a Ferrari to a Daewoo.
I got Daewoo on my hands.
Yeah, you got Daewoo on my hands. Yeah, exactly. You went from a Ferrari to a Daewoo, bro, and that's exactly what the fuck you got. But I was smiling ear to ear, bro, because I heard you say, "I want my guy back. I want my man back."
My quarterback.
This time last year when we talked, you were. I'm not saying you were a Jalen Hurts hater. You were just undecided. You were.
He was a hater. No, I'm just kidding.
I called him a hater, but
it was like I hated what Nick Sirianni and him were doing. It was so confusing, dude. I'm like,
it's just good to hear you talk the way you are now. It makes me smile because I'm like, well, I was right about something.
Yeah. I know. I mean, dude. I mean, and just imagine, dude. Like you would. I mean, we're on the verge of like so many things that. I mean, this is going to be insane. The way I see it, it's just like. We're being. If you think we're smiling now, if that happens, dude, oh my goodness, man. I mean, this is gonna be another one for the books, Like, I just can't. We can't say, oh, we shouldn't have been here, we shouldn't have been that because it's only the second year. But bullshit, dude. Like, the squad is the squad. The quarterback is the quarterback. We're here now. There's no. I mean, you think the Niners don't even care that Purdy's the quarterback right now. So it's like, look at them. They're working off Purdy, and we got our guy.
I'm telling you right now, bro. If Jalen comes back here and he takes us and we go all the way, I'm having that one dude come on. That dude a couple of weeks back, that Eagle fan that said that. He didn't want Jalen Hurts as our quarterback, and that we'll never win a Super Bowl because we have a black QB and black QBs can't win Super Bowls.
You can just start making a T-shirt.
I am bringing that dude on to eat so much shit if that fucking happens, bro.
We'll start selling T-shirts. We'll make T-shirts and bumper stickers.
Man, like I am bringing him on to roast the fuck out of him. Oh, damn, dude.
He won't come on.
You could just do a roast with. You don't even need to invite him. Just have a picture of him and just do the whole hour roast.
Yeah,
I will, bro, because that was probably the most.
I've
ever heard anyone say.
Here's another thing that's very controversial. Is that I'm so sick and tired of they're saying that Dak owns the NFC East, right? When you really look at it, he has played like the worst Giants ever. They have been terrible forever for a while now. Washington has been horrible for a long time.
Long time.
And before our debacle with Wentz, we were just barely trying to get back our shit together. And Dak took advantage of a weakened division. And you guys are gloating at it like he's done something, like that means something. It means absolutely nothing because the only thing that he has done with it was produce one playoff win. And we're supposed to grovel at the almighty Dak Prescott. Yes, Dak Prescott is a good quarterback, great and all that. But I think you guys need to pump the brakes when you're talking about he owns the division. You owned a battered division below 500s. And like you probably caught the Eagles when we won, 8 games, 9 games? Big whoop. Jalen's first year. Woo! And Dak's only played Jalen one time. One time.
That was when it was the NFC least. It's changed now. Things have definitely changed now. We're looking at having 3 teams. We have 3 teams in the playoffs. The Giants are locked in. We're locked in. The Cowboys are locked in.
Minshew looks better than Jalen Hurts. Hey, dude, whatever you're smoking, can you pass that?
I don't want any of that because that's you're gonna be out there with that stuff. That's some. That's
300 yards.
Yeah. How many interceptions, how many fumbles did he have in those two games with those 300 yards and the
Kidding me?
272?
Who hasn't
He had
thrown
2
300 yards?
interceptions and 2 fumbles against Dallas, and then he turns around and has a pick 6 against the Saints, and just does a fucking terrible job throwing the ball all fucking game. So, yeah, in fact, he should have been picked off 3 times in that Saints game.
Hey, who
Besides
hasn't
that-
thrown 300 yards on Dallas? Who hasn't?
Right?
That besides that one touch, the one throw to AJ down the sideline, pretty much that was his one nice deep throw of the day.
Yeah, no, I think, Dallas fans are now coming to fruition and understanding that they got to face this motherfucker twice a year. It's not going to be easy. And they come to realize, too, that Dak Prescott is now Tony Romo 2.0. So, I mean, our future is looking bright and theirs is looking bleak. I don't know what else to say.
Well, yeah, because now they're putting all their marbles into Dak again. But him, out of all people,
Congrats, by the way, Blue City. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there, bud.
Yeah, congrats to the Giants. The whole, except for the Commanders, and Ron Rivera just didn't even know he was that they didn't make it or something like that. Was kind of funny. I mean, shout out to the Commander fans. They're winning. They released their new mascot. So, I mean, that was the consolation prize. So shout out to the Commander fans. Bump, 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 bump.
Wait, they released a new mascot? I missed it. What is it?
Oh, you want a good laugh? Go look it up.
Is it a commander guy in a big fucking hat or something?
I don't know. They call him Commander Tutty or something like that. He looks like he's like a Porky Pig with a army hat. Yeah.
So is that
Tutty.
so is that like a representation of old school Redskins? Because they were called the so is that their way of kind of digging the NFL a little bit? Like, fine, we can't be the Washington Redskins. Our mascot will just be a fucking pig then, which represented us back then, and we'll just put a commander hat on him now. Like
he shoots out pork rinds to the crowd.
Is he really?
That is so dumb, bro. That is so dumb.
Oh man. 300 bring up TH Jr. TH Jr., how old are you? And are you old enough to put a picture of yourself on your little so we can ID you?
Not just that, but 151 passing yards. What, you talking the first time we played you?
It's the system, not Hurts.
Come on.
Keep telling yourself that.
I'm pretty sure he scored some touchdowns against Dallas, did he not?
Oh, he did.
Yeah. So
we put up 20 points in the second quarter.
Well, that's the thing, and this is what I love about it, man. You look at it, and you're like, 300 passing yards, 300 passing yards, 300 passing yards. I don't give a fuck what this dude does, as long as he comes down with the win. I don't give a fuck. He could throw 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. If he fucking wins me the game, I don't give a shit. I don't need a 300-yard quarterback every fucking game. If he gets me the dub and doesn't fuck up, I don't care.
Dak Prescott has thrown how many 300 passing yards, and he's only won 1 playoff game.
Huh.
Congratulations, guys. You should get that tattoo.
And how many years has Dak been in the league now?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, if anything, your quarterback should be in the prime of his career right now, not going backwards, and that's what he's doing.
And don't give me that. And don't give me the excuses that Jalen has all the weapons now, because Dak's had weapons before. He has weapons now. We're not going to apologize for having a better GM than you guys. Sorry.
And then they had to go. They helped spark the controversy. Oh, we're going to get OBJ. Oh, let's get TY. I'm like, what's wrong with the receivers you had now? If he's so good, he could have turned them into better receivers. What happened? Dallas Cowboys. What happened?
I thought all they needed was CD.
Yeah, all they needed was CD,
That's
right?
all I heard before the offseason is we got CD. We don't need Amari.
Yeah, he's better than AJ Brown.
CD is not an outside. He's not a true number one. He's shown time and time again he plays the best in the slot. CD Lamb is a slot receiver. Period. He's not an outside receiver.
Right.
His numbers jump off the chart when he's in the slot.
And then we'll see what he does in the playoffs. He wants to be the man. Let's see what you do in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's when you separate the men from the boys, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I love too how they sit there and they say, you know, well, we have the number one offense. Well, didn't you have a top 5 defense last year and you also had the number one offense going into that 49er game? What happened? You have the number one offense this year, I guess, right? That's what you say. You have a top 3 defense. If you lose this, I don't want to hear about, oh, we have the number one offense. You had it last year, and what the fuck did you do with it? You lost.
And what's your Achilles heel? It's the inaccuracies, the overthrowing of your quarterback, right? He's throwing a lot of interceptions this year. He's throwing a good amount, especially in the
14.
And he hasn't even played a full season either because he was out for 5-6 games.
He's thrown 14 interceptions, right? Something like 12 to 14 interceptions, and he would miss the first 5 games.
Exactly. So what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen when he goes and plays in a playoff game out in bad weather when there's wind, or it could be rain or even snow? I mean, that's gonna affect his accuracy even more. So
come on, Junior. Come on, bro. You need to get over that system stuff. That system crap is dumb, dude. Like, if you can't see that Jalen is doing what he's doing, I don't know this.
First off, how the fuck is the system making Jalen look better when fucking Minshew lost 2 fucking games straight? If you look better, you'd be winning, would you not?
We're probably arguing with some. This kid's he's probably 12 years old.
It doesn't matter though, man. Even a 12-year-old kid's not that fucking stupid.
Obviously he is.
My daughter understands this shit and she's fucking 6.
That's because she's your daughter. That's why.
Like, I'm sorry, bro, but if he's better, then you don't lose. Because we were already 13-1 under Jalen. Insert Minshew, you're on a 2-game win streak. How the fuck is someone better when they're losing?
And how did the system make Minshew look better, especially last week against the Saints when we only put up 10 points on offense? We got shut out the first half.
Did he take? How many sacks did Minshew take last week?
I think 6.
Yeah.
I think the Saints got 6 against him.
And not just that, what about a Dak's system? He had to have a top receiver. He had to have the top running back, the top O-line. What about Dak's system? Because when you took the running game away, he was absolute trash, and he had no Amari Cooper. Trash. So let's talk about that system.
Mm-hmm. That system it won't. They're not the Cowboys aren't going to win anything until Jerry Jones dies. Guarantee you that with a fruit roll up.
And Blue City, we wanted a top receiver because we had trash receivers. It's only obvious. And if we had CD here, we would still need another receiver. We still would. But
to be honest, I don't even remember who I was looking at in 2020. I knew who CD was. I knew about him, but I knew we probably weren't going to take him because that was not our MO at the time.
Nope.
You know, I mean,
we like guys named Whiteside and regular.
Yeah, and not just that, but where CD was drafted, we always take offense and defensive linemen. We don't fucking take wide receivers. We don't take halfbacks. We don't take corners. Like, it was kind of inevitable. Everyone knows only the last 2 years have we got our wide receivers, Smitty and AJ. It took this long to get that. That's what I'm saying. Like, in 2020, we'd laugh at receivers if someone talked about it because it's like, yeah, Howie drafting a receiver? Okay.
Yeah, and
And
how
now we
long
have,
did it take
and
us
now
to
we
get
have
a number
2,000
one?
yard, and now we have 2,000-yard receivers, man.
And how long did it take us to get a number one receiver?
I don't even know, bro.
We haven't had one since To.
04?
Yeah,
So
It's like this is the
almost
first
20
time.
years?
almost
Almost
20
20?
years. And
Yeah,
then
this is
before
the
that,
first
we didn't
time
have one
everybody's
since
getting mad at
Carolina.
us. At least congratulate the Eagles fans. We've been suffering. I mean,
When people
Alshon
were-
Jeffrey was nice, but he wasn't like that one number one,
Wait, in McNabb's era, the best receiver before To was Irvin Fryer.
I mean, dude, look, we had guys named Riley. Was it Riley Cooper and Hank
Riley the
Babson
racist
and-
Cooper.
oh man, just if you go, it's ridiculous the receivers we were working with, dude.
Bro,
It's
Dorial Green Beckham.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
CD.
You remember Green Beckham,
Todd-
dude?
Todd Pinkston.
Fucking trash.
James Trash Thrash.
Oh,
Out of all the years, Deshaun Jackson was our best receiver, dude.
Yeah, that was McNabb's. Well, besides To, that was McNabb's best receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, honestly, it's been so sad over the last 5 years prior to these last two. The best thing that we had hands wise and we were comfortable throwing to in the end zone was Greg fucking Ward. How
That's
sad is
crazy.
that?
Right? Or
Like,
tight-
come on, man.
I know.
yeah, that was our best wide receiver. It's true.
Yeah, that was sad. And he was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but he always, dude, how many clutch moments does that kid have, though? How many game scoring touchdowns did he catch? I know the one he's got 2 against Washington. You know, he did a lot for us. It might have been small, but it was big, small things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, bro. We let him. First off, we didn't let him go. Our fucking dipshit head coach let him fucking go because he said he was a gang member and fucking shipped him out, which is the
Yeah.
dumbest shit I've ever heard.
That was almost as
You
dumb as trading McCoy away too.
Yeah, dude, that was a bad off season because we did it. Didn't we do it both at the same? It was like a month from each other, right? They both went the same year.
Chip Kelly did it, so yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, dude. Like it was bad, and then we bring him back when he's old and he can't keep his hamstrings together. It sucks, bro. You know, I wanted nothing but Deshaun to be here and win a ring. You know, and
Ruben Randall.
tired, but
Oh, we had Golden Tate.
Ruben Randall.
Golden Tate.
Yeah.
Oh man, Golden
another
Tate,
one.
dude. Hey, so we let go of Deshaun Jackson, and the Giants let OBJ go on a yacht cruise with the boys.
No, dude, I think Alshon he's done. I don't think he's playing at all. Honestly, dude, I think he's just.
I think he retired. Yeah.
I don't even think he retired. I think he's just a free agent right now. Like no one's picking him up. Kind of like how Des Bryant is. You know what I mean?
For crying out loud, we had to use Zach Ertz as a receiver.
Hey, you know what? At least Zach had fucking hands. At least Zach had hands, bro.
But that's how bad it's been for us. We have to use tight ends as receivers.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
on,
man, it's been bad.
on Alshon's Wikipedia, it says former American football wide receiver.
Yeah. If he
That's the
retired,
thing
I didn't hear about it, but
I think he did, but I don't know.
hey, it is what it is. He got his ring. He's happy.
Oh yeah, he called it too. He said they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Hey, and you know what? How did we miss on D'Amico Ryans, dude? I can't believe we missed on that.
As far as a player or a coach?
Coach.
Yeah.
Dude, how do we miss that, dude?
In between defensive coordinators, just
Bro,
not thinking about the future.
Can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine if Ryans was the coordinator right now? Woo!
But he wouldn't have learned from Saleh though, so would he be as good of a coordinator? Is it the coach or is it the system?
I don't know. Ask the TJH
Right?
2-1.
Hey, 12-year-old
5.
TJ Junior.
He's in timeout right now.
Listen, dude. I'm pretty sure DeMarco literally wanted to be a coach after he retired, so that's something he probably planned on for a long fucking time. You know, I wish we would have got him too. You know, he has done a fabulous job with that 49ers defense. Hell, there was a time where this year they went 7 games without giving up a single point in the second half. Do you know how fucking hard that is? 7 games straight without a single point? That's amazing, dude. Amazing.
Dude,
So,
you want to know what's crazy too?
I hope Hassan Reddick goes into coaching when he's done. I think
said, Nelson Aguilar. You know who it's crazy is that when I once in a while I see a Raider game, I cannot believe that Mac Hollins
is still
does so good over there, dude. It's ridiculous. And it was funny because I was hanging out with some Raider fans, and they were like so excited about Mac Hollins, dude.
Backpack Hollins,
dude.
Bro,
he puts in work over there.
Bro, dude, I've always been pissed that we let go of Mac. I don't believe Mac Hollins was ever given a fair shot here. You know, I don't think Mac Hollins is going to be that guy that's going to completely change a game for us. But at the time that we had him, he would have made it good too. You know what I mean? Like, you just had to play the fucking guy. You just had to play him. Let him get experience. The only reason he's balling out over there in Las Vegas is because they're actually fucking playing him.
Dude, he be doing some nice catches, and I'm like, man, look at my boy Mac Hollins.
Mac on the attack, Hollins.
Bro, if that ever happened, Blue, no.
Nah, they can't.
I would laugh. I would laugh my ass off. I would, because you know that's got to be probably the most uncomfortable situation for Carson.
Nah, that couldn't even. That can't even. No, we need someone up and coming, dude, and that's mobile. That's what we need, because that's how it works. But hey, man, I'm gonna have to dip out.
Yeah, no, I gotta end it too, man. I gotta get to work in the morning.
Yes, sir.
But I will wait till Foothills gets back here. But no, man, it's. Are they really truly having Week 18 this week? Because I heard also they might.
I'm getting some rumors. Don't quote me on it, but I'm hearing that they're gonna. The game that was the Monday night game is gonna be. Is it a disqualified? What do you call it? Disqualification.
So it's not going to count, pretty much.
Yeah, basically. Now this is rumors, guys. Don't quote me on it, but they were saying that it's going to be basically a disqualification, and the games are going to resume obviously on Sunday. You know, they both got a game, but that's all I heard through the grapevine. But don't quote me on it. But now raises a bunch of questions of this team could have got in, that team could have got in. We're still fighting for something, and I don't know what the NFL, how they're going to handle it, but they can't. I don't think they can risk pushing like the games out further. I don't think they could push the Super Bowl out. There's just too many things going on, and I think if there was a knock on wood, a situation where this happened in the Super Bowl, I don't think the game ends. They're going to send him on his way to the hospital and all that stuff, and, you know, maybe give him some time. But I think that's the way it would work. It would really work. But since it was a regular season game, they were able to do it. But that'll be discussed later, depending on how the NFL is going to handle the situation. Situations.
Well, hey, Foothills, I got to get to work in the morning and shit. We're gonna probably end it here. Is there anything you would like to say, sir?
Just thank everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the thumbs up on both channels, because we are double live stream as always. We're live on my channel, The Nest Out West, and also AK Eagles channel. So make sure, if you're new to any of the content, make sure you hit the thumbs up for both of us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. if you're feeling the vibe, help keep our dreams alive. And like I always say, it's fly, Eagles, fly. Stay mean, stay green. Thanks for viewing us on your screen. And most importantly, keep it fuego.
Yes, sir. And thoughts and prayers go out to DeMar Hamlin and his family. You know, this week, it's an important weekend for us. It's first seed. It's everything on the table here. And in all honesty, it shouldn't even be this way, but it is. And it's something we got to take care of. So we got to go and take care of it. And I have nothing but the utmost confidence that they will, especially if Jalen plays.
Yes.
So we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, Birdman, so much, man. I appreciate talking to you all the time. Love hearing what you got to say. And Foothills, appreciate you, sir. Like always, you know how it is.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, thank you. Shout out to the 10 people still here. Like my boy said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Thank you all so much. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go get that first seed. Peace out, guys.